If you can find one person that has what you want and doesn't do the thing that you think you need to do, then that's proof that that rule is not a thing. You just think that that rule is a thing. But the actual thing that you have to do to get the thing that you want is the invisible thing. It's the mindset. It's the belief. It's the feeling of worthiness that you have to have. If you feel like you're worth it, you're gonna have it. If you don't feel like you're worth it, you're not gonna have it. So your biggest job, the most important thing that you can do, is work on your worthiness every single day. Hey friend, it's Agnes. I'm so glad you're here. I'm really excited to talk to you today because I have had this topic of worthiness on my mind, and I think that a lot of people need to hear this message. I think a lot of people don't have what they want in their lives because they truly don't feel worthy of having it. They don't feel that they do enough. They don't feel that they are enough. And because they have this underlying emotion that follows them around everywhere they go, they just continue to prove that that's true. So they continue to manifest situations and circumstances that prove to them that they aren't enough, that they're not doing enough, that they're never going to have the thing they want to have. Ask the question, am I acting like a person who feels worthy? Or am I putting myself in second place? Am I putting myself on the, like I don't matter that much? Am I putting every single other person's opinion before my opinion? Do I value how other people see me more than I value how I see myself? You'll notice it in the little things. Like for me, I noticed that I had a really bad habit of cleaning up when company was going to come over, and I love having a clean house. I love when things are just right. I love when things are organized and just perfectly where they need to be. That's when I feel my best. Like if I come down in the kitchen and the living room and everything's just in its place, I'm immediately in a good mood. So this is where I feel my personal best. And yet, for a long time, I wasn't cleaning up unless people were coming over. So why would I do that to myself? Why would I allow little messes, little clutter piles, and all these things to happen throughout the house when I know that that's going to make me feel just not at my best? Why do I wake up in the morning, not do my hair and makeup, just kind of feel and look like, like a mess? And if I'm meeting with someone or I'm going out, then I do my best. Hair, makeup, clothes, accessories, everything. Because that's where I feel my best. For me personally, I feel my best when I have some sort of jewelry on, I have some sort of makeup on. But why am I valuing another person's opinion of me over my own opinion of myself? I know I feel my best when I have my hair and makeup done. So why am I not doing that every single day just for me? This is something that I had to really switch in my brain. I had to really work on this and figure out, why am I not showing up as my best self just for me? Why am I not cleaning up my space and putting everything how I like it just for me? Why am I not using the nicer glassware just for me? Why am I only pulling that stuff out when company comes over? Why am I only wearing my nicer clothes when company comes over, when I'm going to be seeing somebody? We need to start doing little things that prove to ourselves that we are worthy, that we want to feel worthy, that we want to feel at our best. When you do this, you invite abundance in. If you're just allowing yourself to feel low, to have your house a mess, you're a mess, there's a lot of clutter, there's a lot of disorder, and you know that you don't feel good in that environment, but you're allowing it in, you're literally repelling any sort of abundance to come into your life, because you're sending out a message to the universe that this is acceptable to you, that this is okay, even though you know it's not. It's important to start seeking out small ways where you are sending out a message to the universe. Hey, I am worthy. I am worthy of it all. And I choose to have it all. And I choose to call it in. I choose to be in the receiving mode. One of the things that I've been doing recently, and this goes along with the cleaning and the decluttering and keeping my space the way I like it, is going through drawers and getting rid of things that I don't need, that are cluttering up my bathroom or my closet, things that don't bring me joy, things that are junk. And I started to throw things away and organize things. And I believe that when you start to release things that you no longer need but that you're holding on to, you make room for new things to come in. When our spaces are cluttered, when our lives are cluttered, when our houses are full, there's no space energetically for anything new to come in. So if you want something new, if you want something better, if you want the universe to surprise and delight you, you have to make room. So I recently threw out every single thing out of my bathroom drawers. I went to the Dollar Tree. I got little organizers. They have these little plastic organizers, and I put them in my drawers, and I organized by category all my cosmetics, all my hair stuff. Like everything has its place. So when I open up a drawer first thing in the morning, I see this beautifully organized, everything's in its place, and it immediately sets me off with a different tone for the day. Before, I was opening my drawers, I didn't have any organizers, so every time I opened my drawers, all the items would just go and they would just get like all mixed up. And I'd kind of try to sort them, but then every time I close the drawer and open the drawer, they would just roll around and get messed up again. So I had these messy drawers. We've lived in this house for 4 years. I've had these messy drawers for 4 years. And then one day I just said, I'm organizing this. This has no space in my life anymore. I organized it. And it's the funniest thing, because now I wake up in the morning, and when I go to brush my teeth, I open up my drawer that has all my teeth stuff in it, and it's organized. And I immediately feel like elevated. It just sets the tone. It's just different. Whereas before it was just like a reminder of like, oh, I'm just a mess. I'm just, I'm not, there's like my optimal self, and then there's me. And every time I opened up that drawer, I got reminded, here's me down here, And now it's like, I feel so much better because of a stupid little drawer and a stupid little Dollar Tree organizer. It can be so powerful when you take the time to make these little changes. Another thing that we started to do, and I told my husband, I said, I can't look at these little nicks and things in the walls that just don't belong. Like when we moved here, the builders that built this house, they let the stain, when they were staining the floors, they let the stain just drip down. So the stairs have like a white, they have like the back is white, and then the stair is hardwood, and then you have white and you have hardwood. So the hardwood was stained, and it just dripped down to the white. And I swear, I'm not even kidding, and this might just be like my OCD kind of personality, but I am not even kidding you. Every single time I walk up the stairs, and we have a long hallway with a long staircase to go upstairs, every single time I walk up the stairs, my eyes are immediately drawn to those drip stains. And it doesn't make me feel like I live in an elegant home, like I live in a luxury home. Even though I love my home, I love everything that we've designed and everything, but it just made me feel like I don't know, like it didn't give me that elevated feeling that I want to have in my house. So, and I told my husband, like, this is such an easy fix. Like, how much is a can of paint? Like a little can of paint. Let's get some white paint and let's paint this. Let's paint over this. And then there was like this other scratch in the back door that was from the previous owner's dog that left a bunch of just scratches in the doorway. And it was all scratched up, and the paint was chipping and everything. So he just took a paintbrush. It took like an hour, painted over the scratches, painted over the drips, and I'm not even kidding. Like, I just feel so good now walking through those spaces in my house. It looks nice, it looks clean, it looks finished, and it makes me feel like the version of myself that I'm stepping into. So I talk about this, like, if you want to call in abundance, if you want to call in a nicer home or a nicer car or a nicer wardrobe, you have to, right now where you are currently standing, create within your mind and your thoughts. You have to feel like you're already there. And if every time you walk down a hallway and you see a scratch or a hole in the wall, or every time you look in your closet, you see like stained clothes or clothes that are falling apart, that are old, that are not in style, or every time that you open up a drawer and it's a mess in there, it just constantly affirms where you are right now. So you have this vision of where you want to be. Where you want to be is, you want to be elevated, you want to be abundant, you want to have all these nice things, and where you are is here. And every single time that you look at all of these little things, it reminds you that you are here. And it's very, very difficult to manifest from here to there if you're not in the feeling. Oh, my earring just fell out. If you're not in the feeling of over there. You have to get yourself in the feeling where you are right now. You have to feel that you are this person that you want to call in. So the only way to do that is to rearrange your current environment to make it feel like you think you'll feel when you're over there. So it's those little things, like go to Walmart. If you don't have a lot of money right now, go to Walmart, find a couple of cotton tanks, cotton t-shirts that are clean, that are fresh, that are new, that, you know, are maybe a little bit elevated in the fashion sense. They're a little bit more on trend with what's in style, and get rid of the stuff that's in your closet that makes you feel like you're out of style, that makes you feel like you're not presenting the image that you wish to be presenting. We hold on to old things and we think that they're serving us somehow, or we think that we're being, economical by holding on to these old things. And we don't want to get rid of them because we can't quite afford the things that we really want. So we just hold on to these old things. But energetically, you are so much better off getting rid of the old stuff that really doesn't make you feel good and getting a couple of pieces that are decent quality. Even if you go to like TJ Maxx or Marshall's, some of those stores, you can sometimes find like linen pieces that are really inexpensive. And if you have a couple of pieces of clothing that make you feel good about yourself, that make you feel on trend, that make you feel like this newness, this freshness, that energy is what is going to carry you into manifesting the life that you want. You have to be very careful of how you are, the environment that you are in, and how it's constantly reminding you of where you are. So that is one of the things that stops people from going for their goals and going for their dreams, is that they're constantly reminded where they are. And it just seems like this impossible task, because the goal that you have is grand and it's amazing. And then you look over where you are and it's just such a disconnect. It's just so far from where you want to be. And because it's so easy to notice where you are, it's really hard to do the focus necessary to get to where you're going. So work on getting the environment that you're in right now without putting in a ton of money, but work on cleaning things up, making space energetically, getting rid of the things that you don't need, and so that you make room for new to come. I have a few drawers now that are empty. In the past, I would never have an empty drawer. Every drawer would be full to the max. But I now have some drawers that are empty. The only things I have in my drawers are the things that I use on a daily basis. If I don't use it, if I haven't used it for 3, 4, 5 years, I threw it away or I donated it. And I now have space when I open a drawer, and it actually feels really nice to have space and to have to feel like you're not maxed out. You don't want to feel like you're maxed out, because if you're maxed out, nothing else can come in. So take the time to do an inventory through your home and identify areas that are constantly reminding you of where you are and making you feel like you're very far from where you want to be. If there's something that needs repair, a small fix, just fix it. It's not going to take you a lot of time. Get it repaired, make it look nice, make it look clean, make it look fresh. Take a look at your wardrobe, take a look at your jewelry, take a look at your drawers, and really assess what is bringing you joy and making you feel worthy. I think we subconsciously do these things as a form of self-sabotage because we truly don't feel our worth. And I hope that you will always remind yourself that you are worthy just because you are. Just your presence here is proof that you are worthy. If you look at a baby, you know what you feel when you hold a baby. You feel nothing but love for the baby. You feel nothing but admiration. You feel nothing but peace and joy and this sense of awe at life, at creation. You can literally feel that when you hold a newborn. And that baby doesn't do anything to prove itself. It doesn't have to do anything for you to have those feelings. Because that is truly what we're all here emanating, is this worthiness just in our being. Just the fact that we're here is proof. And somewhere along the line, we forget and we think that we have to prove ourselves somehow to our worthiness, that we can't get to where we want to be because we haven't done enough or we haven't been enough. Very few people really feel their worthiness to the point where they go out there in their full power and manifest and create everything that they desire. Most people sit there and they overthink and they think, well, I don't know, nobody in my family's ever done that type of thing, and that's only for the lucky few, and that's only for those people, and I'm on the wrong side of the tracks, and and people just think that way, and it just holds you back. Those types of thoughts hold you back. They keep you stuck. They keep you where you are. They keep you from taking any type of action to get to the next place. And so you have to cultivate an environment where you feel worthy. Do the things that you know you need to do to feel the best that you know that you can feel. Even if nobody's coming over, even if nobody's watching you, do it for yourself so that you can prove to yourself that you are enough and the things that you do are enough. And whatever desire that you have, you can have it. You don't have to work yourself to death to get it. You ever think of like rock stars? They just party all the time and they make a lot of money. And why do average regular people think that in order to have a lot of money, they have to work really, really hard and they have to sacrifice something, and they can't have a happy home and a happy marriage? And like, I feel like there's this stigma that rich people have drama in their lives and infidelity, and they're not happy, and they hate the parents, hate the kids, and the kids hate the parents, and where did that even come from? There are so many people that make a lot of money. I actually know a ton of them. There are so many wealthy people that really are happy. They have great marriages, they have great families, they have great travel, they're involved in their communities, they're kind, they give back. I mean, I don't know where this idea came from that in order to be abundant, you have to give up something, or in order to be abundant, you have to be, a jerk. It's just untrue. You can have it all. You can be abundant and have all the great relationships that you want. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have to mean anything. Why does the average person think that in order to have money, they have to give up or sacrifice or do all this? But then there's people out there that just have fun and play with their art that they love, and they get paid a lot of money to do that. All those rules that we make up, we truly do make them all up. Because if you can find one person that has what you want and doesn't do the thing that you think you need to do, then that's proof that that rule is not a thing. You just think that that rule is a thing. But the actual thing that you have to do to get the thing that you want is the invisible thing. It's the mindset. It's the belief. It's the feeling of worthiness that you have to have. If you feel like you're worth it, you're going to have it. If you don't feel like you're worth it, you're not going to have it. So your biggest job, the most important thing that you can do, is work on your worthiness every single day. Remind yourself how worthy you are. Remind yourself that you were once that little baby that did absolutely nothing and was loved unconditionally, and everybody knew you were worthy just because you were, and just because you are still. Nothing has changed. Remind yourself of this. You have a lot of power. You have so much power. Everything that you want is already on its way to you. Just open yourself up for the receiving of it. Make room, make energetic space, clean up your place, clean up yourself, make sure you're feeling good, and everything's just gonna come. It's all gonna come. All right, my friend, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.